Hello. Okay. Students of HSC level, hope you people are doing well. Today, the grammar topic which we are going to discuss is preposition. Now, when we are discussing preposition, there are many aspects of it. That is the kinds of preposition, the definition of it, and the appropriate preposition, that so-called appropriate preposition, that is the prepositional phrases. The problem is we cannot discuss everything and we need not to discuss everything. So what are the things regarding preposition we need not to discuss? One thing is its classification and its definition. You people have studied it at the earlier stages of your education life. So we need not to study these things at the HSC level. Again, regarding so-called appropriate preposition, which you people wrongly call the appropriate preposition, because appropriate preposition is any kind of preposition that is which we are discussing to be used correctly, that is appropriate preposition. But we actually call appropriate preposition and we refer to those particular things which are actually prepositional phrases, like above all, on account of, etc. These things have no rules and they have actually some they have no specific uses. Rather, you have to study and you have to practice these things. Regarding other prepositions, which are there are some common uses, and today we are going to discuss those uses. Bear in mind that in case of preposition, there is no specific structure, unlike right form of verbs. In right form of verbs we have many structures, but here we don't have that many structures in case of preposition. So what we do, we are going to discuss the use of some very common prepositions, and we will after my class, of course you have to go through your book. After every class you have to go through your book actually, because there is no alternative of the books. Even when I stand here, I also read books before coming here. So let's start our discussion. The first familiar preposition is at. This is the first one in our discussion today. So let's see some sentences like, So here we see 4 sentences. I live at Mohammadpur, that is, here at is used before place. He takes his breakfast at 8 am. At is used before time. Rice is sold at 50 taka per kg. At is being used to refer to a particular rate. The soldier aimed at the enemy. Here at the enemy it is referring to a particular aim or particular direction. So in all of the cases we find we can use at when we are using the name of small places. Of course, Mohammadpur here is a small places. If I say I live at Mohammadpur in Dhaka, I must use in. I should not use at Dhaka. But when I am using the name of a small place, Mohammadpur, then I am using at. He takes his breakfast at 8 am. Here, when I am using this at, I am using it in case of very particular time, very specific time in a particular day. While in other cases, when I am referring to a time span, often I am using on, I am using in, I am using on and in, these things we will discuss. So when we will use at, when we are using on, when we are using in, these things we will discuss later when we will complete our lesson on or in. Rice is sold at 50 taka per kg. When I am referring to a particular rate, rice is sold at 50 taka per kg. We are the man is walking at 5 km per hour. So these are actually referring to rates, and when we are referring to rates, we will use this preposition at. The soldier aimed at the enemy. Here we are using it in order to refer to a particular direction, in order to refer to a particular aim. So we may use at in these cases. For other things, that is, look at me, here we are using it actually as a preposition phrase. That is the reason I am not going to discuss it in detail. As I have said, that in order to understand the prepositional phrase, you had better go through your books, because there you will find that how many uses of prepositional phrase can be. But here we are discussing about some specific prepositions which we use in very common cases. So this is the discussion on at. Let's proceed to another preposition. Above. So when I am using this preposition above, Let's see in which cases we use it. Let's start with the last sentence. He looked at the sky above him. Here, above is referring to something very upwards, that is, which we cannot touch, and much upper position. On, over, above. On is when a particular thing is on another thing and there is a touch between them. Over is when there is no touch but the distance is not that much. But when I am saying above, then it is at a much higher position. So he looked at the sky above him. So sky is at the above. It is at a much upper position. His position is above all of us. Now, above all, this is actually a preposition phrase which is used when we summarize anything. That's why this sentence may create a little bit a little bit surprise and a little bit confusion for many people. But the thing is, if we go through this sentence properly, what can we see? We will see that his position is above all of us. This means this above is not used along with this all, rather above all is another preposition phrase which we use to summarize something. Rather here all is a different subject, or all is used, all of us. Here all of us is the phrase and above is a different particular preposition, and here it is referring to a higher position. So above, he is above all of us. He is above all the other classmates of his. Here this above is referring to an upper position, to a superior position. So above is used to refer to superiority. He is above any corruption. This is used when we give somebody any kind of indemnity. Indemnity means daimukti. That is, when I am giving somebody any indemnity, then we use above. He is above any corruption. He is above any criticism. He is above any question. His quality is above any question. In these cases, we use above. He is speaking about me. About 17 crore people live in our country. These things, these two sentences, he is speaking about me. That is when you are speaking or focusing about something, regarding discussing about any topic, then we use this word about. Here it cannot, it may not be a personal object, rather any secondary object, like he is speaking about his career, he is speaking about his working place. In these cases, about 17 crore people live in our country. Here about is a kind of estimate. That means almost. When we are giving the expression almost, we use this word about. So the most important use of about is actually this. The basic use of about is actually these two. Of course, there are other uses written in your book, but you will find that these two basically covers everything, and these two are two basic uses of the preposition about. He came before me, he stood before me. We must complete our degree before anything else. The preposition is before. Now, in the first sentence, when we are saying he came before me, actually we are saying that something is happening before anything else. That is when two or more incidents take places, then when we refer to the earliest one, then or the earlier one, then we use this preposition before. He stood before me. Now there are two people, one is standing in front of another. So in case of referring to a position in front of, we are using this word before. We must complete our degree before doing anything else. That is when we are showing our preference, then we use the word, the preposition before. And of course, we see that before is used often in case of past perfect tense, when we use such sentences like He had left the house before I came. When I am using this word before and I am using this past participle, that is he had left the house, then here we see that this past perfect tense is being used before this word before, and after the preposition before I am using past indefinite tense. So the earlier part in the past perfect tense, then we will use the preposition before, and after before we will use what? We will use simple past tense. Of course, the opposite word of before is what? It is after. I came after him. He ran after money throughout his life. He made the dress after her design. The police is after the thief. Here we see 4 sentences. We see that the preposition after is being used here, and what are the uses of this preposition after? I came after him. When I am using it, it refers that it referring time in Bangla, which we call pore. That is, something is happening after another thing, then I am use after. In case of 2 action happening one after another. He ran after money throughout his life. It is, that is, if somebody has an aim and he chases that aim, particular aim, that is, he ran after money, she runs after knowledge, they are running after success, these things, that is, you are trying to achieve something, and in that case we will use this preposition after. He made the dress after her design. Here we are using this after to refer to the fact according to, that is, he made the dress according to her design. So following something, in according to something, in such cases we use the preposition after. The police is after the thief. When I am saying the police is after the thief, that is somebody is chasing another. So here in this case, that is in case of chasing someone, we are also using after. So, the rat was killed by the cat. The people stood by the leader. He will come by 4 p.m. Made a journey by bus. He sold by Allah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sentences. 5 using of the word by. So, let's see the first sentence. The rat was killed by the cat. When I am saying this, I am actually referring to an agent. That is, the agent is the cat who is killing the rat. Just in the last class, we used by plus subject in the voice. So in case of passive voice, we see that subject or the agent itself is being used and connected with the word by. Often it is said that by plus subject is not used in case of modern English. In case of passive, when in the modern English we use any passive voice, the thing is we do not use the word by. Now that is when we are doing it in the creative writing or when we are speaking something, but it is better to use this structure whole by plus subject when we are solving a single sentence in our examination. Well, that is the question related to voice change and which we have finished at our earlier class. But today in this class we have seen that by plus subject is used in case of referring to an agent, and that is a particular use of this preposition by. Another use of this preposition is the people stood by the leader. What does it mean? It means the people are supporting their leader. So when we are saying that the people are supporting their leader, actually we are saying that they stood by the leader. So in order to refer to support, we use by. I will come by 4 p.m. It means that he will come at 4 p.m. or before that, but not very much earlier. By and within, that is the difference. That is, when I am saying that I will come before 4 p.m., it may be 4 p.m., it may be 4:05 or 4 or 3:55. That is very much near to 4 p.m. But when I am saying I will come within 4 p.m., then it may be 4 p.m., it may be 3:45, it may be 3:30. He made a journey by bus. So when we are referring to any instrument of any journey, we are using by plus that particular instrument. Journey by bus, journey by train, we know all of these things. He swore by Allah. So in case of swearing in the name of something, we are using by plus that subject. We went to Kumilla. He slept from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come to me. We wrote an application to the principal. We want to do this. Again, 5 sentences, 5 uses. We went to Kumilla. So, when we are referring to a particular direction, then we are using this preposition to. That is, a direction, a destination is being referred here. He slept from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Here we are referring actually a particular time span from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Here this one is a particular time span, and in case of that we are referring to. Come to me. when I am saying somebody, speaking with somebody to come towards me or go to another direction, that is giving a particular direction or to do something, then we use giving a particular instruction to do something here, then we use the preposition to. We wrote an application to the principal, that is when we are addressing an authority. In order to write something, we are addressing an authority to speak something, then we are using this to. We want to do it. It is about a kind of aim. So actually when our aim is to do something, then we are using this to structure, and this is called, of course, infinitive, that is to plus main verb. There are other using of to, but you people will find this uses when you will study the so-called appropriate preposition, which you call it. Actually they are prepositional phrase. So when you will use prepositional phrase, you will get those uses. He came here for learning English. Here it is a kind of aim. So in case of aim, we use both for, we use to. When we are using for, like any other preposition, we are using main verb plus ing. When we are using to, we are using the main verb itself. In case of any preposition, as we have studied in the right form of verbs, that there will be main verb plus ing. He spoke for me. This refers to a kind of support. That is, he is speaking for me. It means he is supporting me. So when we are referring to any support, it is for. He came for her. It refers to a kind of aim and a cause. So again we are referring to for. So in case of referring to any aim, whether it will be any particular object or any particular thing, or whether it is any personal subject, we can use this preposition for. People respect him for his honesty. Here for is used as cause. When we are referring to a particular cause, we are using for. Again, another use of for I am showing you. He has been working for 3 hours. This refers to a particular span of time, and here we are using the word for also. That is, for is used when we use time as well. That is, something is going for a long time, then we may use the word for. And the last one may be the detective is working for the state agency. So somebody is liable to another, that is, somebody is working under someone else, or somebody is working as the agent for someone else, then we will use this word for. We can understand the book is on the table. He gives his lecture on English. On account of his illness, he did not come. Now the last one is actually a prepositional phrase which is used to refer to a particular cause. The second one, he gives his lecture on English. Why it is not about English? What is the basic difference? The basic difference is when we are giving something, when we are speaking about any particular topic, then it becomes on. That is, you need specialization. You can't speak about English, rather it is on English, where you need a kind of special knowledge. And of course the book is on the table. Here the book is touching the surface of the table. So here ends our lecture on preposition. My dear students, I think you have learned well, and you must of course study your book after this lecture, because without studying your book you cannot understand the whole structure and whole uses of prepositions. In 45 minutes it is not possible for me or anybody else to explain all the aspects of prepositions. So you had better study the book after this class, and of course be safe up to the next class. Allah Hafiz.